families gather in community, no matter what you believe or don't believe, or where you come from, you are welcome here and you are loved. This Sunday marks our second month in our summer of peace, our season-long focus on peace practices, and we'll spend July talking about respect. Respect for oneself, for one another, for our environment, and for the inherent worth and dignity and interdependence of all living things. In today's service, we have a powerful message for all ages from our children's RA assistant, Paula, some beautiful music from David Smith, Rick Fortner, Matt Edwards, and Dion Lambert as well. But first, and an incredible Mark Prose. But first, I invite you all, either in person or joining us online, to join me in our covenant. Love is the spirit of the church, and service is law. This is our covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. You behold this chalice with thanks for the incredible gift of life and ties of love that bind us together, giving dignity, meaning, and worth to all our days. We light this flame with respect for principles of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. This morning, this flame represents a fierce hope for our country's health and well-being on this Independence Day.
This is one of the foundational lessons of every Our Whole Lives or Our Sexuality Education course that All Souls facilitates beginning with kindergartners and now crossing 7 ages, going all the way to elder adult. You are the boss of your own body. You decide who touches it and what happens to it. There's a new rule in our country. The new rule says that not everyone gets to be the boss of their own body. The rule is about people who are pregnant. Lots of times when somebody is pregnant, they are excited and happy about that, and they can't wait for a baby to grow and be born. But sometimes when someone is pregnant, they might decide they cannot bring a baby into the world. Maybe growing into their body will make them sick, or they can't take care of it. Or maybe they didn't choose to have a baby growing inside in the first place. When someone decides their body shouldn't grow a baby, they might have an abortion. This means their body will stop being pregnant, and a baby will not be born. The new rule says that pregnant people have to keep a growing baby inside them even though they can't or don't want to. The rule says they will not be able to be the boss of their own body. The rule is going to make things hard for a lot of parents, families, and kids. It will be also unsafe for lots of pregnant people. Lots of people are angry, sad, and scared about this new rule. They are protesting and speaking up for everyone to be the boss of their own body. That's why we're wearing green today, to show that we agree that everyone should be the boss of their own bodies. Today, children, you will go with your classroom teachers, Juana, Cormac, and myself, to talk about respect for yourself, respect for others, and how you can show and respect. Because we believe that everyone should be the boss of their own body. So children, follow me.
born from water, and we exist as beings of blood and sweat and tears. We need the clear, cool ripples that slowly rock us up and down and back and forth, holding us in love and transformation. So I invite you to close your eyes. Take a deep breath and travel. In the words of the late great theologian Howard Thurman, your own inward sea. There is in every person an inward sea. And in that sea there is an island. On that island there's an altar. And before that altar stands a guardian. Nothing can get by that guardian be placed upon that altar, unless it has the mark of your authority. Nothing passes that guardian to be placed upon your altar, unless it be a part of the fluid area of your consent. And this is your crucial link to the transcendent and to one another. And so through that link, on the altar, on the island, on that rolling liquid sea, we hold space today for our dear Mike Newman, who is back in the hospital, who needs our encouragement and our love and our care. And we hold space for our beloved Dick Caesar, who's fighting off about pneumonia. And we hold him in our hearts and keep him on our minds.
Next song, we invite you to sing with us. If you have an order of service, those lyrics are in there. Anyone in order of service that doesn't have one, that would like anyone, just want to make sure you have access to it. And if you just want to listen, that's fine too. Now, called we are a gentle, angry people, and we are singing for our lives.
musicians, as always, especially this morning for reminding us that we are a gentle, loving people. And I think a lot of us are feeling pretty angry this morning. Some nodding heads. We are gentle, angry people. I imagine y'all are feeling a lot of different things this morning. You may be feeling disheartened, or distressed, or just plain stressed, or concerned, or convicted, victorious, convinced. Some of us might be feeling ambivalent, or afraid, overwhelmed, despairing, exhausted, excited, relieved, curious, uncertain, even of each other, afraid, even of each other, silenced, isolated. Whatever you are feeling or thinking this morning, you are welcome here. We are also strong and a thoughtful people, a people who balance purpose with passion and reason with compassion. We are also a people with a long history of supporting the separation of church from state. People who believe in freedom for and from religion. You are in the right place this morning. Are you in this hour? You too are protected by the United States Constitution. Believe it or not. This morning, on this July 4th weekend, we are a people singing and speaking and organizing and voting for our lives and for our very democracy. Because this July 4th, 2002, women of childbearing age are no longer the boss of their own bodies in the state of Oklahoma. On Friday morning, June 24, when I turned on the radio at home and heard the news, I soon found myself surprised to be standing still in my kitchen with tears running down my face. Surprised because I knew it was coming, but still. Soon, in half of these yet to be united states of America, women of childbearing age will no longer be the boss of their own bodies. Feels like overnight. We've been thrown back in time much further than 50 years. This doesn't feel like 1972 to me. No, the country is being pushed back before the early 70s when the Supreme Court ordered 72 to approve safe and legal access to abortion. 6 Republican opinions on the court. Here in Oklahoma, we've been pushed back at least 110 years. All the way back to a law written in 1910. That's 10 years before the race movement. That law, now active, criminalizes advising someone about an abortion and sets punishment at no less than 2 and no more than 5 years in prison. For now. So I've been talking with everybody about abortion. About everybody I bumped into at the grocery store, at the bank, at the gas station, friends, family, y'all, my neighbors. I really can't stop talking about it. One man, a psychiatrist, who asked me not to share his name because that's how things are now. In conversation, he told me about the advice lawyers and all the psychiatrists' office. If a woman starts to speak about abortion, they've been instructed to say, paraphrasing, due to the new law here in Oklahoma, I can't talk about this with you. If the woman persists, repeat. Due to the new law here in Oklahoma, I can't discuss this with you. It literally hurts my heart and my head to know that fear is already stopping women from getting the counsel and support they need. And that fear is stopping us from being able to offer counsel and support we have to offer. In Oklahoma, we've been pushed back for 10 years, but does anyone guess how far back we're going to go? The Supreme Court judges wrote dissenting opinions. They have expressed an opinion about how far back we might be headed. And so I quote. Hopefully we got it right. Either the majority of the Supreme Court does not really believe in its own reasoning, or if it does, all rights that have no history stretching back into the 19th century or a civil war that made slavery illegal are insecure. The dissenters wrote, continuing. Either the mass of the majority's opinion is hypocrisy or additional constitutional rights are under threat. It is one or the other. A week later, we know more constitutional rights are under threat. Which is why I want to be really clear this morning that if our Constitution did not protect women's full equality, it would not be much of a Constitution at all. But it does. It does. It does. And of course, like Scripture, who it protects and how it protects them depends on how we interpret it. The fact that some people in the United States don't see the full equality of women in the Constitution is the result of what Michelle Goodwin calls the new Jane Crow. Goodwin is professor of law at the University of California, and author of the article, No Justice Reproductive Justice is in the Constitution, and I highly recommend you read the full article. Goodwin explains in that article, she's being interviewed now. She explains that when slavery was abolished, forced pregnancies of African-American and Native Black American women were also outlawed. She explains how because Black women's sexual subordination and forced pregnancies were foundational slavery, the passing of the 13th and 14th Amendments finally gave Black women equal protection under the law. Because they would no longer be forced to carry their children they could not keep or raise. A Black woman herself, Goodwin impresses upon all of us also the risks associated with pregnancy to all women, and especially to Black women. Do you know that the United States bears the chilling distinction of being the most dangerous place in the industrialized world to give birth, ranking 55th overall in the world behind Russia? Do you know that women are 14 times more likely to die by carrying pregnancy to term than by having an abortion? And did you know that Black women are over 3 times as likely to die by carrying a pregnancy to term as white women? And that in Mississippi, a Black woman is 118 times as likely to die by carrying a pregnancy to term as by having an abortion. I repeat, if our Constitution did not protect women's full equality and our own right to life, it would not be much of a Constitution at all. But it does. It does. Despite the fact that women are not mentioned in it at all. So no wonder abortion is not mentioned either, right? Justice Alito is wrong, and the right The right to control one's own reproductive life, which means to choose when and with whom to have children, it is deeply rooted in the history of this country, most specifically and heartbreakingly so in the lives of Native Black American women. The overturning of Roe versus Wade means the erasure of Black women from the Constitution and ultimately disserves all women, writes Goodwin. For the first time in history, the Supreme Court has taken away a constitutional right. Until now, Supreme Court justices have interpreted the profound values and broad protections of our Constitution to intentionally include more and more people as deserving of equal protection and equal liberty. Therefore, along with Justices Breyer, Kagan, and Sotomayor, I dissent. You're going to have your chance in a few minutes. I dissent for several reasons, and I encourage you to decide for yourselves why you dissent, if you dissent. I dissent for several reasons. I dissent because as a certified professional midwife, which I am, I know that birth and death are parts of a larger life process, and that trust in and respect for each and every woman's sovereignty is and always will be the guiding principle of my practice. I will always work to protect women from forced sterilization or forced abortion, just as I would never force a woman to carry a pregnancy to term or care for a baby against her will. I dissent because as a mother, I am eternally grateful that I was able to decide when and with whom I had my own children. I dissent because as a grandmother, I am horrified that my granddaughter may not have the same freedoms and rights that I had. I dissent because as a Unitarian Universalist minister, I am more concerned about creating heaven here on earth for families in the here and now than worrying about life in the hereafter or in the here before. I dissent because as a Unitarian Universalist minister, I agree with our nation's founders who insisted on the separation of the church and state for three main reasons. First, so that people of faith would have the right to practice the faith they chose, so that faith and faiths would flourish. Secondly, so that people would not persecute or prosecute each other over religious disagreements, as they had done for hundreds of years in Europe. And thirdly, so that people would also have the right to doubt and to practice no faith at all, so that we could each be free and equal no matter what we believe or don't believe. Creating a theocracy, tying the laws of this state or this country to one set of beliefs, is in direct contradiction to the most profound and pluralistic principles on which this country was founded. So I'm really glad to see you here at the Point this morning, because this is a great time to come out of the closet as an agnostic or a humanist or even as an atheist. Really, encourage your friends. Because as Kate Cohen wrote in the Washington Post this past week, we shouldn't have to use one God to fight another God. We shouldn't have to be religious to be free. What we need, and what our Constitution conveniently provides for, is freedom from all gods. You can clap for that, Harriet. Go for it. I dissent because as a citizen of these not yet United States of America, I still believe that all people are created equal and that we have inherent rights, and that among these are life, but that our rights don't stop at the right to life. I dissent because among these rights enumerated in our Declaration of Independence are the right to life, comma, the right to liberty, comma, and the right to the pursuit of happiness, period. And so I ask you this morning, you gathered here, and those of you online, wherever you are, do you dissent? And if you do, I invite you to say so aloud and raise your bodies up as you raise your voices. Take a minute to look at each other. Say it out loud again, louder if you want to. We are the people too. You are the people of Oklahoma, and we need Oklahoma's leaders to act as if all their constituents matter. You can take a seat. Thank you. Truth is, we don't know what's going to happen next, but we do know who we are. The people of All Souls are people who stand up for each other's freedoms and rights. This is what All Souls has always done here in Tulsa. And this is how we are celebrating our nation's birth this year, by affirming and reaffirming our country's life-saving values, as Frederick Douglass called them. Before Marlon's arrival in the year 2000, All Souls had taken one congregational vote on a social justice issue. The congregation voted to support and defend a woman's right to safe and legal access to abortion care. And then in 2009, the congregation voted to support the city of Tulsa's decision not to discriminate against LGBTQ+ people. We stand on the shoulders of giants. One of those giants' names is Sue Ames. Who once said, and I quote, "I don't know of any woman who goes to a judge or a politician for advice about what to do with her pregnancy." Go Sue. Nor should she have to do so now. For 20 or so years, Sue Ames single-handedly received and responded to voicemail messages left at the one and only reproductive services clinic then in Tulsa. She tirelessly, 365 days a year, helped coordinate their care, steadfastly raising money for them and their families, sometimes pulling from her own pocket. Last week, the health department revoked the clinic's license. Kelly Jennings, another giant and activist for this cause, told me this story. "I had a booth at a Planned Parenthood rally at the Oklahoma Capitol one year. Guy came walking by, stopped, yanked his thumb back at the rotunda where they were pushing another ridiculous anti-abortion law. 'What are they doing?' he asked. Then, pointing his finger at our poster that said pro-faith, pro-family, pro-choice, he said, 'I like that, and I'm a Republican.' That was the best messaging we ever had," Kelly says. And today, because of the learning and integrating of the history of Native Black American women in this country, we might add on and say, why don't you say it after me? Pro-faith, pro-family, pro-choice, pro-access, pro-liberation. A healthy majority of people in this country are pro-choice and pro-life. About half of the Republicans in this state are too, according to polling. Being pro-choice and pro-life, popular expression right now, means most Americans want to make decisions about their own families and their own babies and are happy to let others make those personal decisions too. So, prepare to partner with people you never imagined working with before. Because the integrity of our democracy depends on the will and the power of the people, I have pushed myself over the last month to listen to people with whom I disagree on this issue, primarily young women who are anti-abortion, and it's been very difficult and very surprising. I learned by listening that there is common ground. The exhausted majority of people, and I love that term, and I think we can all resonate with it, The exhausted majority of people in this country are tired of an us versus them mindset. The exhausted majority of people in this country want to be respected for the religion of their choice or the no religion of their choice. The exhausted majority of people in this country want children to be well cared for, want strong families, want affordable housing, want access to good mental health care and addiction treatment programs, want good and accessible prenatal and postnatal care and pediatric care. The exhausted majority want accessible early childhood education and better schools. According to the Hidden Tribes of America Project, more than 3 in 4 Americans believe that our differences aren't so great that we can't work together. So let's use this time of crisis and turn it into an opportunity. Let's legislate these shared aspirations so they become laws. Let's share our own stories and listen to each other's stories. Let's invite each other back to church. We need each other more than ever now. We can rest here and recharge. Here we can reconnect with that sea within and rely on the deep roots and resilience of this institution and its historic role in this community. And let's invite men into the conversation. I'm a little bit weary of women taking all the risk and all the responsibility. Remember, I'm a midwife, and I know how people get pregnant. I have a little story to share. Years ago, when preaching on this subject, I told you the story of how quickly Rick and I got pregnant. I was all of 22 years old, had no graduate degree, no career, and together we decided to have an abortion. But I haven't told you yet that we got pregnant again after having our 2 daughters when I was close to 42 years old, just as I was graduating from seminary. I was ambivalent. He was clear. In his late 40s, he felt he didn't have the energy or the resources to start all over again. He had been an excellent, super involved father with our 2 daughters. We had co-parented together beautifully. I could have decided to have the baby and risked our marriage ending then, but I respected him greatly then, just as I respect him now, even though we have ultimately divorced. We made the decision together, and it was the right decision for our family. And I am so weary of politicians using our personal lives only to hold on to their own power. And I am resolved to find reasons for hope. The global green wave gives me great hope. Women all around the world, particularly in Catholic countries like Ireland, Mexico, Argentina, and Colombia, are organizing and passing new laws protecting legal access to safe abortion care. They wear green as a sign of hope and health for women and their families, which is why we are wearing green today and why I encourage you to wear green in the weeks and months to come when you begin to lose hope. Remember that moment this morning when you all stood and spoke and joined together. We, the people, are a powerful force for positive change. Cassidy Hutchinson, think about her. Talk about a woman giving us hope. And despite the fact that I do wish, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg had stepped off the court while President Obama was still in office, her words do still fill me with hope and strength. RBG had a really interesting critique of Roe. My criticism of Roe, RBG said, is that it seemed to have stopped the momentum that was on the side of change. Well, we're here this morning to build back some of that momentum, and we're also here to hear and heed her guidance. RBG also advised that we fight for the things we care about and that we do it in a way that will lead others to join us. We have to fight and lead today in a way that others will join us. And we can do that. We know how to do that. We have long been progressive patriots. Isn't that a great word for today? We have long been progressive patriots who knew how to take a stand, staying open and curious at the same time. We know how to move with and through our feelings so we don't get stuck in them, acting from fear instead of from hope. We can be gentle and angry and hopeful and helpful people. When we remember who we really are, we know we are powerful and empowered. People who will not give up on what we can only do together. So I'm going to focus on the world I want for my granddaughter instead of focusing on what I'm fighting against. We are strong and we are growing stronger. We are brave and we are becoming braver. We're gathering the energy and the information contained within our rage, as Bell Hooks wrote, and we're going to be cool, and we're going to stay calm, and we're going to stay together because we know love. And I still love these yet-to-be United States. And love always saves the day.
That is a powerful, powerful, powerful message. Thank you, Barbara. Look, I want you all to join me in this next song, okay? I'm going to split us up. Sharon, I'm going to put you on that side. So just when we do this, I want you to sing with your group. Don't be dissenting. All right? Okay, so this side over here. It's real simple, one line, and you just keep repeating it, okay? Yeah. All I know, that's it. All I know, I want to hear you, All I know. Yeah. Yes, this side, when they're doing their thing, you're going to end it with, love will save the day. Love will save the day. All I know, love will save the day. All I know. All right, here we go. Listen as your day unfolds. Challenge what the future holds. Try to keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead, release your fears. Stand up and be counted. Don't be ashamed to cry. You gotta be bad. You gotta be bold. You gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard. You gotta be tough. You gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool. You gotta be calm. You gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day. Herald what your mother said. Read the book your father read. Try to solve the problems in your own sweet time. Some may have more cash than you. Others take a different view. Oh my. Hey. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day. Oh.
John Lambert, yeah. And Matt Edwards, thank you very much.
Absolutely,
As usual,
Mr.
amazing
Matt.
back there.
That's right.
David and Rick, thank you. Each week, All Souls gives our offering plate away to an organization doing the work of love beyond belief in our community. And this week, we give to an organization that we've given to many times before, and an organization led by an integral and incredible member of our All Souls community. But due to the oppressive and unconstitutional law passed in Oklahoma and all over America, we had to conduct a legal review to make sure we could continue to even support this organization that means so much to us. That is the reality that we're living in now, that our values, our priorities, and our sacred relationships are subject to legal review. Our offering this morning goes to the Roe Fund. Roe Fund provides financial assistance to low and no income Oklahomans seeking abortions. Since Oklahoma enacted a complete abortion ban at the end of May and the overturning of Roe v. Wade by the U.S. Supreme Court, Roe Fund is now helping pregnant Oklahomans access abortion services out of state in Kansas, Colorado, and New Mexico. Roe Fund's clients' needs have increased to include gas money, plane tickets, daycare assistance, food, lodging, while they travel to neighboring states that have not limited reproductive freedoms. Roe Fund will never give up the fight to assure that Oklahomans have the right to bodily autonomy. And before we accept the offering for Roe Fund, we do have a few announcements, including that Reverend Prose will lead a reproductive justice meeting here today at 1 p.m. in room 112? Yes. 112. So talk to her, meet in room 112 at 1 p.m. And also that the first ever Roe Fest will be next Saturday on July 9th in Dreamkeepers Park, formerly Veterans Park, from 4 to 8 p.m. Local artists selling amazing work, a full lineup of musicians and speakers, the first of its kind anywhere in the world. Roe Fest, created by Tulsans for Tulsans to recognize and reclaim our collective power as people. So go to Roe Fest next Saturday and contribute today as we now gratefully accept your offering for the Roe Fund.
Let freedom ring. Let freedom ring. I really didn't know what was going to happen when I asked you all to speak and stand up, and you did it. Thank you for that gift this morning. We are going to be bad. We are going to be bold. We are going to be wiser. So stay strong. Stay brave. We're going to stay together. And I hope some of you will join me today at 1 o'clock to share your rage, your tears, and your stories as we strategize. 1 o'clock in room 112. Until we meet again, we are going to stay strong, stay brave, and stay together. May it be so.